Ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing pleasure, Amy Honey!
Thank you guys so much. I want to give a big round of applause to all of the speakers that have been here the last 2 days, because you guys have been amazing and I've learned something from each and every one of you. Is my game too high? I'm loud.
Your game?
My game.
Yeah.
I got more game.
You got too
I got
much
more game than he does.
Oh, snap.
So today I'm going to talk about dare to be a better marketer, how to be heard in a noisy market like Steam. Steam is kind of a noisy market, even though there's not as many people on Steam as there are on, like, say, Facebook. So my name's Amy Honey. I'm an author and a speaker, and we help you acquire, engage, and retain clients and customers. So we do this for businesses, we do this for corporations. DARE stands for Design, Align, Remind Every Day. And what that means is design your day, align your actions, remind yourself every day. Because it's something like motivation, you have to do it every day. It's like you have to shower every day. You have to get that motivation every day. And when I talk about align your actions, it's one of the most important things, because many people will say, you know, well, my core value is reliability, but then they're late all the time. So they're not really in alignment with, their actions aren't in alignment with who they say they are, who they say they want to be. So anyway, so that's what we do. And I'm going to talk to you about the new marketing realities. And I'm going to talk to you about reputation. And what I really loved that Joe Paris was talking about was that transparency. Because transparency is your reputation. If you are transparent about everything you do and you're solid in that, you are standing on solid ground. You're not on shaky ground at all. So I really like that, because your reputation on Steam or on anything is so important. So how many of you know who this guy is?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know.
Jamie, go ahead. Tell us about this guy.
No, I want to yell out his name.
Gene Simmons.
So close.
Gene Simmons, very close.
I got a story about Gene Simmons too. But this is Einstein, and who knows what he's famous for?
D.A.R.E. relativity.
Theory of relativity, absolutely. Now, here's an interesting story that a lot of people don't know. In fact, Larry mentioned him yesterday, Einstein. We actually use Einstein now as a verb, as a like, well, that person's a real Einstein. Like, he's hitting it on steaming, you know. So here's a story which I love. Back when Einstein was quite famous, he was invited to do a number of tours of universities and doing some talks. And back then, of course, there wasn't social media, so there weren't multiple pictures or, you know, live interviews of him. So people knew of him, but they didn't completely know what he looked like, what he sounded like. He wasn't having an oil painter take a oil painting of him while he's eating his lunch, you know, and posting it on the paper. So he was going from university to university and doing the same talk, explaining scientific theorem. And he had the same chauffeur that was taking him to each of these talks. And this chauffeur was a huge fan, and he listened to all these talks, and to the point that the chauffeur could say it verbatim. So what happened is at the very last talk, or no, second last talk, Einstein wasn't feeling very well. So they were going to cancel the talk. But the chauffeur said, well, hey, look, I know it. Don't cancel it. I can get up there and do it for you. And so he gave a little bit of a rattle, and they were good friends. And by this time, he's like, okay, give me your chauffeur hat. I'll be the chauffeur, and you be me. So the chauffeur gets up at this talk, does the talk, verbatim, nails it. What they forgot to mention to him, though, was at the end of that talk, there was a Q&A. And sitting right in the front row was this pompous professor who was not a fan of Einstein and instantly stood up ready to put Einstein in his place. And so he gets up and he goes, his first question was very long, a lot of big technical words, and the chauffeur's just there nodding, going, Okay, well, it's obvious that you're a highly intelligent man by the length of that well-practiced question. But the answer is so basic. I'm going to get my chauffeur to come up. Even he can answer it.
So reputation, you know, is everything. And Einstein's reputation preceded him. And speaking of reputation, I have a steam-it question that it's been burning, so maybe one of you can answer it. Is Bernie Sanders the actual Bernie Sanders? He's not, okay. I just wanted to know, because I'm like, just curious. Okay, anyway. I had to know that. So how many of you are in sales?
It's gotta be.
How many of you hate sales?
Oh.
Okay. Who's not going to raise their hand no matter what I say? Oh. You just did. Guys, my 5-year-old grandson is in sales. Everybody is in sales. Either you're selling me an idea or I'm selling you an idea. We have this concept of sales that we shrink away from because we think of somebody chasing you down with their network marketing product or something, right? So, but it's all sales is simply presenting an idea that the other person accepts. Every single one of you in this room is in sales. You are selling your concept, you're selling your idea, you're an infopreneur is what you are.
When you're on a first date, you're selling you. Hi.
Sometimes a little too well.
Martin Luther King, he sold a dream. So sales is more than just a physical exchange of money for product.
My grandson is like, Grandma, I need this Power Ranger because this Power Ranger, even though he has like hundreds of them, but this one, it jumps really high and I have a new high bed and I can't get on the bed unless I get the Power Ranger to jump up on the bed. I mean, they're all in sales. Like this kid.
Listen to me. Like I do this all the time, and if I go up at the house of the door, Matthew has his toy, and then Matthew has his toy.
Okay, but I have to yell at you guys.
Listen.
Okay, what?
Like everything they do at this house, they can't trust everything at Grandma's house.
Okay?
Okay, then what?
Then you're not listening to me.
Then you're not listening to me.
You're not listening. I said no cupcakes. And you try to get cupcakes and you try to ask Grandma. Didn't you?
Then lick it.
You did?
Okay, my favorite part about that is when she says okay and he's like, okay what? He just thought he closed that deal. He was like having a closing conversation about these cupcakes. And then his body language, you know, he's just like taking a power stance with his mom, like getting the cupcakes. So anyway, so we're all in sales. So when I'm talking to you today about sales and about marketing, I'm talking about your content on Steam-it. I'm talking about your sale is equivalent to an upvote, a follow, or a re-steam, an action. Some kind of action that somebody takes on your post is a sale for you. That's equivalent. So it's no different. What do you think your biggest challenge of getting seen on Steam-it is? Anybody have any big challenges?
Yell them out. Come on then.
Anybody?
After these 2 days, no one's got any challenges. They've learned so much.
Everything?
Everything's a challenge.
Yeah, Angela?
I think, because I'm still fairly, not new, but I haven't been as active on Steam-it, and I think one of the biggest, I guess you could say, discourages for new people is trying to find other people that you relate to, and that's just part of the learning curve of how to find those people and how to build that relationship without even knowing who they are.
So how to find your tribe?
Yeah.
Where are they? How do you think you're going to throw a post up and they're just going to show up, right? Anybody else? Anybody?
Finding a niche to post about.
Finding a niche to post about. What do I talk about? How do I, yeah.
All the people, it's growing.
Yeah.
There's more and more people.
Yeah, and then you're just buried, right? You put, like, I actually literally posted a post and gone to the new, like on the new feed, and it's like, I scroll down like 3 pages, like in a matter of a second, and I'm just like, my post was lost. Who's gonna see it? So yeah, so these are the challenges that we look at. So, you know, the consumer mindset has changed, and the consumers are the people that read your blog. So it's time to reinvent that marketing. It's time to take a new look at it and look at it in a new way. You know, the world that we live in is quickly changing. It's growing so fast, and to be successful on any platform, we have to change a little bit too. And especially on Steemit, because even though it's in a growth period, and I feel that we're at the bottom of the wave for it, you know, and it's going to go up, for sure. It's still such a changing, I mean, it's changing all the time, right? So during just the course of this presentation, hundreds of babies are going to be born. In the US alone, the labor estimates that today's learner will have between 10 and 13 jobs, the average person, by the age of 38 years old. That, I mean, I don't want to live like that. I know you guys don't either. That's why you're here. That's why you're doing what you're doing. So we're currently creating jobs that that don't exist with technology that hasn't been invented for problems that haven't even been solved yet. So to me, that's kind of crazy in how we're raising our kids up. I even, you know, had recommended my own daughter, like college-wide, to have a loan that you have to pay back, and then you don't even maybe get that job, or you know, end up switching. It didn't make a lot.
Yeah, the general consensus of society isn't getting up to speed with what's possible or the new actions that are taking place. And like Steemit, it's a new opportunity for people out there, but they're unaware of it. They're still going with the mindset that their parents and their grandparents told them, hey, this is how you go.
Yep. So 1 out of 8 couples married last year met online. Woohoo! There's over 2 billion people on Facebook. 2 billion registered users on Facebook. That might have gone down over the last couple of days.
Maybe on the decline.
Might be on the decline right now, I don't know. And how many, does anyone know how many users are on Steemit?
1 million.
1 million. Are they active, or that's just registered?
100,000.
250,000.
Users, there's a lot more accounts, but a lot of them are inactive.
Oh, okay. Well,
But still.
here's what I know. The number's growing, it's only going to increase, and it's only going to get noisier. The market's only going to get noisier. So, but that's okay. There are over 2.7 billion searches performed on Google every single day. I mean, if Facebook were a country, it would be the largest country in the world. So, I mean, these statistics are unbelievable. The number of text messages sent and received every day exceeds the total population of the entire planet. Consumers today encounter 3,500 to 5,000 messages, marketing messages per day. We are bombarded, and we don't like it. We hate it. I mean, just driving down the Vegas Strip, like, I love it. My husband laughs at me. He's like, will you pay attention to where we're going? I'm like, look, lights, look at the lights. I like the billboards.
Flashing lights and billboards. She's like a moth to them.
I love it when he's like, he gets so. It's so
I'm like, I can't read the app. Where are we going? Where's my glasses? She's got pretty lights.
It's true. It's true.
She's the captain of the ship. I'm like, sure, whatever you say.
So basically what I'm trying to say is that we're living in a very different world, and you guys all know that, or you wouldn't probably be here. How many of you ever felt like this? He's not even in the room to defend himself.
Well, that's right. The cell phone, the smart technology in the cell phone has completely changed the world, and people are still working from newspaper, business cards, you know, old means of communication as opposed to the new platforms. So we have to change if we want to be seen at the crest of that wave of the new platforms.
I was driving in New York a few weeks back, and they actually had a texting stop, a pullover on the actual freeway. Like to pull over and text on the freeway. I was like, before it was like rest stops and convenience stores, and now it's actually a texting stop. You know, so this is the part where I give you a personal public service announcement. Everybody, please do not text and drive. It could be dangerous for you or for somebody else.
That's right.
I am delighted we could share the serenity and joy of this beautiful day as we come together to celebrate the commitment of these
Would you mind moving your enormous phone? You mean the enormously awesome galaxy?
Serge, one-trick pony.
Aren't you a little young to have an iPhone?
You want to go?
I see. Copy box.
Autocorrect this.
Is there an app with that?
Search karate. You think if they knew about the Nokia Lumia, they'd stop fighting all the time?
I don't know. I think they kind of like fighting.
So don't fight. I think that's the message there. But society's changing, so we're going to change with it. And your opinion is not going to be liked by 100% of the environment. But you don't have to get into a fight, and you don't have to change your opinion. Unless after education you do. But be authentic, be real, and people respond to that.
Absolutely. So do you think that more people or less people are getting on social media these days?
More. Anyone think less?
But this is what your typical web page looks like. And so there's the content right there. That's it.
What's that other anagram stand for, Amy?
Bullshit.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So you want to make sure your blog post is more heart and less BS, you know? So we need a new posting model. But I gotta tell you a little bit of a story about when we first got onto Steemit. We were, I made this post and I cried when I wrote it. It was, Jamie's laughing. It was about I was adopted and I recently found my birth family and I have 4 amazing brothers that never knew I existed. And I wrote this whole entire post. I met my mom and, you know, and it just tied up it answered so many questions for me.
Spent so much time making the photos look pretty, a lot of time. They popped.
I did.
Scott, they popped.
And I posted it, and then the next day, Jamie, we had gone to Edmonton, Canada, and Jamie had taken pictures of this little freaking squirrel. It was really cute, mind you. But this little squirrel, and he did a post on the squirrel the next day.
I didn't spend much time on it. I should have spent more.
So my post on the heartfelt bawling post, 6 cents. I made 6 cents. Jamie's squirrel post made $12.
Power to the squirrel! That's what I'm saying! So, yeah, even though you...
Yeah. Anyway, so that was our experience in getting on Steemit, and we were, you know, it was kind of frustrating, and we were like, I can't figure out the formula. What is this? Like, but, you know, just be yourself. It's okay. It doesn't matter. But we need a new posting and marketing model. You know, marketing in the financial world is getting clients. On the Steemit world, it's getting upvotes and followers and re-steams. Okay. So, you know, selling is a little bit like kissing.
And we need someone up here for a demonstration. Any volunteers? Larry, I think... No, I guess we just move on.
Thank you.
You know, you can't chase somebody down. Like, somebody has to be leaning into you to sell them something. You know, like if you go to try to kiss somebody and they're like, you know, that's what we're doing with our marketing a lot of the times. You know, we're like chasing them down and, you know, follow me and shoving our posts.
Force it on them.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you talk to people the way that advertising talk to people, they punch you in the face. So I'm going to have Jamie demonstrate the way that most marketing, no, I'm not going to have him punch me in the face.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to have him demonstrate the way most marketing. So we're in a bar and I've never met Jamie before at all.
Alright, so this is Facebook marketing, or this is internet marketing. What's your name? What's your number? Email address. Follow me. Give me an upvote.
Hell no. But that's what we're doing. That's what a lot of people are doing, you know. You're in the middle of a chat and then somebody jumps in there and throws a link in there and they're just forcing themselves, they're basically interrupting a conversation, you know. And so I know you guys
don't do that.
Yes, so don't do that. That is not the way to do it. You know, almost everything you learn should be forgotten. Don't bring your bad Facebook habits into Steam It, you know, but that's what people do. I see it happen a lot, you know. So, the old way was you would pursue. You know, the old way of sales was pursuing, but the new way is to become a magnet to it. The old way was rejection. You would like, buy my network marketing, you know, and you'd be rejected. But the new way is attraction marketing. The old way was, you know, one at a time, and the new way is in groups, which is how we're doing it in STEAM. We're assessing groups. We're getting to groups of people instead of just individual one-on-one. Even though this belly-to-belly is great, I love it. I think that we should do this a lot. Did you have something? I'm sure you can pop something there.
No.
Okay.
Nothing that was really,
so,
I should say.
Something you were about to say that you shouldn't say. All right, so no one likes cold calling. But when we're talking about cold calling, in this example, I want you to think about dropping in a link. This guy's going to talk about cold calling.
Hey, so you all know what cold calling is. You've all heard that term before, right? Yeah. Anybody doesn't? Yeah. It's kind of like where you just like complete stranger, call them up, hey, la la la, oh, hang up, next person, hang up, and you keep going until you get some feedback.
I actually, one of my very first jobs was selling Kirby vacuum cleaners on the phone, and it was literally, and people are laughing because if you know what that is, I'm dating myself here age-wise, but
hey,
we would literally open the phone book and we would literally call in the phone book. That was what we did. Like, we would just run down this list, call after call after call. That's cold calling.
All right, so in this video, he's got some good information in it. So every time he says the word cold call, think dropping an unrequested link.
And then when he's talking about sales, I think he talks about sales.
Yeah.
Think about follow, upvote, re-steam.
Upvote, follows.
The best way to do a cold call is not to do it. Well, almost. The three-word definition of a cold call is waste of time. No one likes cold calls, not the salesperson who makes them, and surely not the prospect who receives them. But let me give you some other news about cold calls. They're also the lowest percentage sale. As a sales consultant or a sales expert, you're supposed to be smart, and there's got to be a smarter way to make a sale. How do you think the prospect perceives a cold call from a consultant?
Unrequestedly.
The prospect is thinking, who is this guy? Why is he calling me? If he's so smart, why isn't he working? I think cold calling is a fading process, partially because as customers, we're becoming smarter and more selective. We're tired of it. We got voicemail and we're more relationship oriented. We want to do business with someone that we know. You know, in sales it's not who you know. In sales it's who knows you.
Yeah, so basically what I liked he said was relationship oriented. It's about attracting relationships. And it's fabulous you guys are here doing that. So in the old way it was do it to them. The new way is you want trust. You want to be trusted and you want to build trust. It was flashy showmanship, now it's relationship. It was one night stands, or it's listening, and that's the next one. It's telling, and now it's listening and active listening. And when that's one of the things I'm talking about is one of the first things that got me some success on Steam, and I actually made more money than I did on my posts, was getting in contact with these people that have good posts, good content, and actively listening to their content. And what that meant was that I would read it and I would reiterate what they said in a comment in such a way that I understood what they were talking about.
So listening, understanding, and bringing it back with an additional angle, an additional color, additional tone to what they're saying. So you're expanding the conversation. You're not just saying, look at me, I'm here. Because that does nothing. You want to add value even in your commentary.
Exactly. And so the old way was manipulation. The new way is building trust in the community. The old way was adversarial, and the new way is partnership and joint venture. And I encourage you all to create joint ventures while you're here. Like the Muse group is, the Muse project is, that's fabulous. What a great, you know, I love that. That's creating partnership. It's creating mutual benefits for each other. It's fantastic. The old way was a one-night stand. The new way is marriage. And what I mean by marriage is it's really about partnership and long-term relationships. You know, the people that you meet in this room today could be your friends for the next 15, 20, 30 years. These could end up being your best friends.
I don't think we need to put a cap on it. They could just be your friends.
For a long time. For a really, 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 really long
15
time.
15 years, that's it. Friendship's over.
Forever and ever. For the rest of your life. So, is this making sense to anybody?
Yeah.
Okay, give your neighbor a high five and say, you look amazing.
You look amazing.
You look amazing. Now give your other neighbor a high five and say, but I look better.
But I look better.
There you go. Awesome. So traditional advertising no longer works. This is what I call the spray and pray method. This is where you spray your business cards and pray for business.
Just
pray for somebody to call
out
you.
there.
You know, exactly. But you know what? You can bring Steam It to your community. This is one of the ways. You guys already have followers. Some of you already have a lot of followers on Facebook. Bring your Steam It community to Facebook. I do. Every time I post, I think we have 15K on our Facebook page. Every time I make a post, I go and post it on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
Now, those people might not be worth an upvote. Somebody said to me, yeah, but they can't upvote you. But someday they will. And that's okay.
It's expanding that understanding that there's another avenue possible. But that's where they are. It's like looking for this guy. He lost his car keys. And I was helping him try to find his car keys. And like it was at night, and we're in the grass, and it was like 15, 20, half an hour. I'm like, are you sure you lost your keys here? And he goes, no, I lost them over there. But the light's much better here. Well, no, you got to go to where it is at. And if you've got a whole group of people over there, go over there and let them know that there's another option.
Exactly. Exactly. So the Steam It, the 5 obstacles to overcome with your Steam It account is establish your credibility. That's, again, being authentic, being transparent, building that reputation. That's how you get your message heard. And then increasing your trust factor, making you stand out. And what must-buy shelf life is, it means it's people are coming back for that message that you're going to give them.
That quality, that content, that heart, that caring, those things that they connect to, the consistency of that, they're going to come back again and again to see it there.
And know your target market. So what Carly said was finding that niche, finding that message. So if you can know what your primary objective is, which means, what do I want to get out of this? Do I want to build credibility? Do I want to build relationship? Do I want money?
Do I want to start a movement?
Do I want to start a movement? Do I want to start...
share my understandings?
Right. And then once you know that, then know who your target market is. Once you know who your target market is, then you can talk to them about what they need. And we call that the kitchen conversation. That means if you could sit down at dinner with your target market at the kitchen table, what are they talking about privately that they wouldn't talk about? What are they afraid of? What are they concerned about? What keeps them awake at night? So if you can start talking to that and making your posts more about them and less about you, that's your target market, knowing your target market, like this.
Nou, dit is dus de huiskamer. En dan komen we hier bij de slaapkamer. Met...
Imagine people at home acting that way when you put a post up. Woo! It's possible. It could happen. They might be waiting for exactly what your message is. And you never know who that message is going to affect. And if you think they're not listening or think they're not watching, they are. So, I have some sad news for you guys. They don't care about you. They don't care about you, they care about them. And they don't care about you until they know how much you care about them. So coming from that heart. So, what do? Not everyone's gonna like you. It's about finding your tribe. So, you know, you don't wanna sell pig farming to a vegetarian. And it's okay. Yeah, she's Carla's.
I was like, no, don't stop.
No, please don't. And don't even mention that. It's disgusting. No. But your message isn't for everybody, and not everybody's going to like you. And I actually had a conversation with Joe Paris about that. He said once, one of the things he's told me outside was, when you start to get trending, they're going to be mean to you. There's going to be people that are going to be mean to you. They're not going to like you. They're not going to like your message. My husband has a really hard time with this. Go ahead. He does. He's got the biggest heart of anybody I know.
What I was going to say is like, but yeah, that's going to happen. But that happens everywhere. Anywhere you go. There are people that are more willing to say, oh, you shouldn't have that success because of expletives. As opposed to, oh, you have success, I see it's possible, let me take action and go make it happen for myself. No, they're more willing to pull someone down than to lift them up. But what you can do as a success is reach down and help people up that are wanting to take action. And yeah, I have a hard time when people, someone didn't laugh. Oh, go home.
He's got one of the biggest hearts I know, and it hurts him to his core because he's like, I love everybody, so why don't they like me?
Why can't we all be friends?
But I actually found some actual footage. You didn't know that I got this footage on vacation of Jamie finally saying, it's okay. It's okay if people don't like me.
That's not me. I don't own a dolphin.
He didn't know I put this in here. I laughed so hard when I called it. So, you know.
Like I said, she likes to play jokes.
I do. So anyway, so it's about building reputation. It's about getting involved in your community, whatever that means. You know, so get involved in the community that you're currently in. I loved what they were talking about creating a meetup in your area. What a fantastic way. And then I loved that you have a section for people that have never been on Steemit. That was so great, you know. So get involved in your community. Get involved on Discord. So here's a couple of Discord channels that I did well with. So one is called Whale Shares. And if you haven't got on Whale Shares, these guys are so nice. They have a radio show, and I think it's on Sunday nights.
And Thursdays.
And Thursday nights. That's where I met, yeah, that's where we met. He's here because of on Whale Shares, I presented, so they give you an opportunity to present a post, okay? And anybody that gets on the radio show, they also give you some Whale Shares. And Whale Shares, you can go to whaleshares.net and you can buy upvotes with your Whale Shares from two different whales, 2 or 3.
Don't talk to me, you're a business person.
Questions on Whale Shares, let me know if they want them on Bit Shares, etc.
Are you?
I knew about Whale Shares before it started.
Really? Awesome. Yeah, so and it really helped me because you get a chance to present your post on the radio show with other people that are presenting their posts, and we all go upvote the other posts that we like.
So yeah, it's a great little community of sharing and support, which is awesome.
Yeah, so that was one thing that really helped me.
And you can get more money for your post than when you blurt out about when you were adopted and you made 6 cents. It brought it back around. It was beautiful.
He loves to rub that one into me.
Scroll.
And I didn't present that one on Whale Shares because it was before I knew about it. The other one that I like is Steam Stars. So I went on to the Steemit chat when I first got on Steam because I was like, it's so overwhelming. And at first I didn't want to get on Discord because I felt that Discord was kind of overwhelming, but now I've learned to navigate it a little bit. But one of the gals on there, her name is Psycho Chica. Love this gal. She's super sweet, super helpful. She put up with all of my stupid, silly questions. And what she told me, and it was very good advice, she said, get Steam no matter how you get it. Just get Steam. And so she was throwing a trivia almost nightly, and you would pop into the Steam It chat, and she would do a trivia thing, and whoever was the first person to answer the question got 5 Steam. And that was how I got my first 5 Steam, was on this trivia. And now they do it on Steam Stars on Discord, and it's on Friday nights. And it's fun, and the gal that does it, I can't remember her name, she's awesome. But she sings at the end, and she's just got the voice of an angel. So she does a cappella song at the end, she's amazing.
By request.
By request, yeah, so she's great. And the other one that I was just recently used, and it was funny because I was talking to Larry Morrison at lunch, and I had thought he was the one that told me about this, but he wasn't. He was like, "What's that?" I said, "I was about to credit you on stage."
So now we're discrediting you on stage.
Yeah, discrediting, yeah.
We'll take that credit back.
So SteamEngine.net, you just log on to it, and you can upvote other people, and you get upvotes back, and you can follow other people, and you get follows back. And I've actually gotten more followers than I've followed, and I've gotten more upvotes than I've upvoted. Okay, we're almost done here. This is it. This is my other one that I use is, so you know your URL is steamit.com/whatever your post is. Just go to the top browser and type in RE and then Steam It, and it re-steams your post. It'll ask you for SBD. You can either donate or you don't have to. It's up to you, but it will automatically re-steam your post. So that's another little tool that I learned about from somebody that liked my post and did it, and I was like, what's this?
That wasn't Larry.
It wasn't Larry either. So, and then, you know, create repetitive messages, or you know, like scheduling. So, for instance, Jamie and I have Mind Shift with the Honeys #2, and then it's got a title, Mind Shift with the Honeys #3, or Travel with the Honeys. So we created a series, you know, so that people are, or create some kind of schedule where people are looking to come back to your content over and over and over again. We're going to come up with some, we're coming up with some fun ones coming up, so I'm excited about that.
I mean,
yeah, so, and then schedule, and then just be consistent. So here is our D.A.R.E. So D.A.R.E. again stands for Design, Align, Remind Every Day. So our D.A.R.E. is to post daily for 30 days and use the tag Steam Creators so that we can all know when you're posting, search it, upvote each other, support each other, that kind of thing. So post daily, at least once a day for 30 days. That's
so who's willing to take the challenge to post for 30 days in a row? Fantastic. Using the tag?
You guys probably already do that already, don't you?
I know that's a huge challenge for me, but I'm taking it.
That's actually a big challenge for us. So, and that's pretty much it. And follow us at the Honeys if you want.
And the reason our book is called D.A.R.E. to be a better you, because I was talking about this before. D.A.R.E., when you're dared to do something, it's something that you kind of want to do, but it's a little out of your comfort zone. Like, I dare you to go ask her out on a date. No, I won't. No, dare me again and I'll do it. You know? That's what we want everybody in life, you know? Step a little bit out of their comfort zone and take action on what makes them happy. And so, our challenge for you, 30 days in a row, take that post.
And make sure you use that tag Steam Creators. Okay?
So, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, you guys.